how to write high-scoring IELTS examples. Quick 5-minute tutorial. My name is Ben Worthington from IELTSPodcast.com, and in this example, in this video, we're going to use a technique that's taken from the IELTS Writing Task 2 Sentence Guide, which is available at IELTSPodcast.com, and it comes with the guarantee of jumping a band to a band 7. So have a look at that if you're still having problems afterwards. Alright, so the problem is with the IELTS Writing Task 2 is that the essay question usually comes with a statement like this: use specific reasons and examples to support your answer. Now, what is very common is for students to use examples that are first of mind, examples that are close to them. And this is shown when they give examples such as, I have a friend who is stuck in the same job, blah, blah, blah. This is poor, okay? This is a very poor example. And why is it poor? Firstly, it sounds like a conversation in a bar. It is personal, it's talking about my friend, and it's very unspecific, okay? There's no real data there, there's no country, there's nothing that the examiner can agree with, okay? So it should be, of course, more political, if possible geopolitical, more academic and more specific. Let me give you an example what I mean. So what we do is we can still use this example that the student gave, I have a friend, but we transform it into something that is more acceptable, and it's depersonalized. And how do we depersonalize it? We make it into a general case, and we say, in Spain, it is common for young adults to leave their studies, find a non-challenging occupation, and remain there due to the ease and comfort it provides. Now, here, let's just have a look at the transformation we did there. We have a friend, and I have a friend. We changed it to in country X, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Stuck in the same job. Here we improved it, the vocabulary, and we said remain in a non-challenging occupation. Okay? Bit of embellishment there. And then we say never changes, and we soften it a little bit and say because of the ease and comfort provided by this employment. Okay? So, now, depending how confident you are and how much you know about the world, you could even add something such as recent consumer studies have shown, yeah, or recent World Bank studies indicate, okay? But only do this if you are reasonably confident, okay? And this is a little bit riskier, yeah, because some people, they might be tempted to confuse this technique with some sort of like personal knowledge or some knowledge, and it can get a bit crazy. For example, you cannot write something such as recent IMF studies have shown England to have similar temperatures, especially similar temperatures to Hawaii, especially over Christmas. Okay, it's clearly it's very crazy, so don't do anything like that. Now let's try and transform these two examples. Okay, we've got my dad works 50 hours a week, talks about changing his schedule but never does or will. Okay, so we can transform this into middle-aged workers throughout the EU are often cited as having a desire to change their employment. However, due to local circumstances, it is rarely the case. Now we could even go a step further and say that something like the EU Commission recently commissioned a study which showed that middle-aged workers throughout the EU, blah, blah, blah. Okay? It's quite believable, and it's more academic than talking about your dad, all right? Or my dad for that case. Okay, similarly, here we've got my best friend likes to travel. Okay, we've got recent studies by the IMF. Okay? So these are quite... how do you say, these are quite solid examples of how to transform your examples, or these are quite solid techniques on how to transform your personal examples into examples that are solid and get points by the examiner, from the examiner. Okay, now to get really good at this technique, I would strongly recommend that you start reading a lot. And start reading from sources such as the BBC, The Guardian, start watching the TED Talks, because nothing in, nothing out. Get the knowledge. Now, if you're impressed with that technique, go over to IELTSPodcast.com and download the sentence guide.